Alright, hello everybody. Give some folks a chance to come in here. Hello everybody. We are going to do a review of the lawsuit. How about that? Okay, so give me a minute here. We are going to do a review of the lawsuit. So come on in here, and let's get ready. Let's get ready to review this lawsuit here. The lawsuit Teresa has filed for $50 million. We're going to go through this lawsuit. Okay, we're going to review the text. We are going to see what the text says. Hi Susie, hi Jacobs, hi Big Mama. Okay, you guys, we're going to go through this lawsuit and see what it says. Okay, I'll give a few more people a chance to come on in here, and then we will get started. Hi Nugget. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay. I'll get a few more people, so come on in here, and then we will start going through this lawsuit. How about that? Okay. Yeah, in that news article, it said that she was also suing the Murray brothers. But let me see if I see. Yeah, see here? Let me see. Can you see here? Let me see if I can highlight it. Well, right there it says the Murray brothers. Sure enough, she's suing them too. Okay. Hi Alice. Hi Michael. Yep, it says the Murray brothers. Caddyshack. Okay, so she's suing 4 entities. Hold on, let me see here. Let me go here. She's suing Caddyshack. She's suing the security company. She's suing the owner, F&F Realty, which is David Friedman, who owns the Crown Plaza. She is suing the CPO Hospitality LLC, doing business as 1, 2, 3, 4. So she gonna have some money coming in. These are the defendants, and it says Teresa Martin as special administrator for the state of Kenneka Jenkins. It was filed December 11th. Okay, now I'm going to say, yeah, we're going to talk about special administrator. Okay, I'm going to say also Kenneka's death was, I don't find it to be a coincidence that her father left her over $100,000 to be given to her after she turned age 19, which she turned age 19 in 2017, but she didn't even live to even get a penny of that. So I just find that really, really interesting that she died before she even got a chance to see $100 some odd thousand that her father left her. Hi Tracy. Okay, so let's go. I did look up special administrator, so hold on. Let me see if I can. Hopefully I didn't close that. Hold on. Okay, so here's an example of let's go through the special administrator, because I wanted to know too. So requirements for the appointment of a special administrator. Every wrongful death action in this. So basically it says there are conditions that must be met provision stating that the current lawsuit is the only asset of the decedent's estate, a statement confirming that no letters for petition of office. But let me see. So the special administrator is someone who will handle, you know, any money or other assets of a deceased person. Now, let me see what is requirements for the appointment of special administrator. So I'm not gonna see. So this here, right here, is the 4 things that are required. And appointment of special administrator for wrongful death lawsuits. Okay. Oh, you're welcome. So now let's go back to the case here. So now let's do a review of that. So the case is other personal injury. Her attorneys is Beam Legal Team. Hold on, this is not. I want to go. Now what I'm showing you right now is the, hold on, let me go here. I went to the docket. Hold on, you guys. Let me bring it up. Okay. So here we have the lawsuit. Case number 2018 L013273, filed December 11th, 3:33. Isn't that interesting? 3:33. Anyway, I'm a numbers person, but I found it. Complaint and demand for trial by jury. Oh, she wants a jury trial. Now this is going to be interesting. Oh my goodness. Jury trial. But I bet you this is not going to go to trial, because the hotel is going to want to settle this. It's not going to want all of that information. It doesn't want the truth to come out. It does not want the truth to come out, so I don't think it's going to go to trial. So the request for a trial by jury is also going to force the defendants to go ahead and settle this case out of court. So it's a smart move. No, Kenneka's dead, Alice. I believe she's dead. Okay, so let's go through this. Give me a 1 if you guys are still with me. Put a 1 in chat. Okay, so it says, now comes plaintiff Teresa Martin as special administrator for the estate of Kenneka Jenkins, deceased, by and through her counsel, Beam Legal Team, and for complaint against the defendants. At all times relevant, Teresa Martin was the biological mother of Kenneka Jenkins. A petition to duly appoint Teresa Martin as administrator of the estate of Kenneka Jenkins has been filed and is currently pending in the probate court of Cook County. So the appointment of her as special administrator hasn't okay, thank you, hasn't occurred yet. It's still in the court. Okay, but it says she's the biological mother. I would surely like to see that birth certificate. Anyway, wait a minute, let me stop. 33, Masonic numbers, 33. 33, 3 and 3 is 6. 33, yeah, 33rd degree Mason. There's a lot of things you can do with 33. Isn't it 33 degree Masons or 32? Is it 32 or 33? Okay, everybody, before I get further into this, I want to state this is my opinion and this is for general discussion. Okay, and yes, thank you, Tracy, and you all please support my channel, my YouTube channel, and show support for my social justice efforts. Please donate, yes, and show your support to support my channel. My website to get other police cover-up information is GinaMcGill.com. 33 degree Masons. Okay, let's continue. So it says she's a biological mother. let's go on. It says, at all times relevant, plaintiff's decedent, Kenneka Jenkins, was a resident of the city of Chicago, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Upon all information and belief, defendant CPO Hospitality was an Illinois corporation doing business as Crown Plaza Chicago Hotel in the city of Rosemont. Upon all information and belief, defendant F&F Realty was an Illinois corporation doing business. So basically, they're just writing out, defining here why these people or businesses can be sued in the state of Illinois. So that's what they're saying here. And here they're talking about the Murray brothers as well. And it says they're suing them because it says Caddyshack Restaurant leased premises from the defendants. So they're saying Caddyshack also did not secure its work area, basically. Okay, and it says this matter arises out of September 10th, 2017 incident resulting in the death of Kenneka Jenkins that occurred at the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel, located at, its address. And it says on or about September 9th, 2017 at approximately 1:13 a.m. plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins entered the Crown Plaza defendant's hotel as a guest. We know that's a lie. Okay, we know that's a lie. Y'all put a 1 in chat for me if you hear. Y'all so quiet. Y'all may be wondering if I lost the connection. Are y'all still with me? Put a chat in 1 for me. Okay, so I'm gonna go on. Okay, so we got our first lie. It says plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins entered the hotel completely coherent and without incident. Well, we don't know that. Okay, because the surveillance video, has been edited, so we don't know that. On or about September 9th at approximately 2:30 a.m., plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins left the room on the 9th floor and was last seen by her friends at that time. We don't know if Kenneka ever made it out that room. Okay, that's hearsay. I do not believe she left that room at 2:30 a.m. Okay, I showed you all that before the 9th, on the 8th, they were already rehearsing for her, the cover up of her death. They were already rehearsing for the surveillance video. Okay, and again, I showed you all that there was someone else walking through the hallway, and it's not going to take an hour for anybody. So that's a lie. And again, I'm expressing my opinion, and my opinion is based on the research I have uncovered. Okay, and then also my assertions are, my opinions, not necessarily based on the research, but also on other things that I've read pertaining to this case. Okay, so it says on information and belief prior to 2:30 a.m. on or about September 9th, 2017, there were multiple notifications to the Crown Plaza defendants and or agents of defendant Capitol Security regarding the room where decedent Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be. Okay, believed to be. Now we do know in the video that there were some folks where the security guard came and knocked on the door in Ty's party. I do not believe Kenneka Jenkins was in the room at that time. The images, the folks in the video that show you was not Kenneka Jenkins. I don't even believe that was Shemaya sitting on the bed, because they had a lot of lookalikes and replacements in there. And in one video, they even had a replacement for Irene. Okay, so I don't believe it's 2:30 a.m. time. Now, I do believe the security going, but I don't think Kenneka was in that room at that time. Okay. there was a complaint that there was fighting, and I think that's when Irene was getting her butt kicked. I don't know. Okay. Hi, Michael, the King. Well, we already know the footage was fake. We don't need anybody to come out and tell us that. Who planned her death? Well, I don't know who planned her death, but I do believe her death was planned. I do believe, it was planned that that she would be placed in the freezer. Okay? So let's go on. On information and belief, prior to 2:30 a.m. on or about September 9th, the Crown Plaza defendants and or agents, Capitol Security, had actual and or constructive knowledge that there were too many occupants in the room where dissident Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be. A smoke detector had been disabled in the room where dissident Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be, and or there was a smell of strong intoxicants emanating from the room where she was believed to be. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. Irene's live, that was pre-recorded. Okay? It was not a true live. That video that was placed on Facebook was a pre-recorded video. Okay? Because a lot of the scenes in there were blurred out. When you're doing a live, you're not able to blur out anything. But what we received was blurred out. They had already edited the video. Okay? But they wanted us to believe that it was happening at that time. Okay, everyone? So don't be fooled into thinking that that was an actual live you're watching, like you're listening to me right now. It wasn't that. They put that video on Facebook and deceived everyone to make them think it was a live. But that was pre-recorded and blurred out. Okay? I don't know, Susan. They may be able to use that. For sure, they may be able to. But I don't think the hotel is going to even let it go to trial. Because they don't want, the truth to come out. Okay? Well, it was only about like a little over $100,000, Alice. So, I think you at least have to have $1 million to be considered rich. The King, review some of my other videos. I don't want to, repeat the things I've already said in previous videos, okay? But I've addressed the FBI issue, okay? Hi, Lisa Marie. Okay, so we're here. They're talking about the security didn't do its job when there was too many people in the room. The smoke detector had been disabled. Okay, let's go to number 14. It says, on information and belief prior to 2:30 a.m., neither the Crown Plaza or its agents who had knowledge of dangerous or impermissible conduct of individuals in the room where Kenneka Jenkins was believed to be interviewed or appropriately investigated such conduct. Okay, so basically that's thrown in, that they're still blaming Capitol Security for what they did. Now, I agree that the security was definitely negligent. Matter of fact, I believe one of the security raped Kenneka. So that's that. But remember, you all, that Irene video was pre-recorded. Okay? So then let's go to number 15. On or about September 9th, shortly after defendants knew or had reason to know she was missing, Teresa Martin was assured by Crown Plaza hotel staff and employees, agents, they would check and review all security cameras and footage to locate plaintiff's decedent. On about the 9th, Capitol Security undertook the responsibility of checking the security camera footage. After defendants were informed of plaintiff's disappearance, employees of defendants failed to properly monitor and or review security video cameras and footage which would have shown the whereabouts of Kenneka Jenkins, which would have saved her life. Plaintiff's descendant Kenneka Jenkins was a guest at the Crown Plaza defendant's hotel. Okay, now these things are true. Of course, they could see Kenneka's whereabouts on the surveillance video. We know that, but we also know it's a cover-up. Okay, so these points that they're making here, from like 14 through 17, we know about the surveillance videos and how it was edited. They say Kenneka was a guest there. They say she was last seen near an elevator on the 9th floor where surveillance cameras were installed and used to probably working, and therefore she was observable. Well, we know that is not Kenneka Jenkins. We know that that is someone that's an actress. That's an actor playing the role of Kenneka. They wanted us to believe that was actually her, but we know that's not her. I showed you why that's not her. I think Crown Plaza allowed her organs to be removed, okay, because they knew she was there. They knew where she was, because they had the surveillance footage. And so, I believe the security guard raped her. So, after all that went, plus they had to have removed her from the freezer because she was not actually found in the freezer on the 10th. If you look at the images, and I don't want to repeat myself, but look at my previous videos. But the answer to your question is yes. I think they allowed it to happen. Kenneka was already out of the freezer on the 10th. They took her out on the 9th. Matter of fact, they just put her in the freezer for those photos to be taken. Okay? Do you still feel that her mom has something to do with it? Yes, I do. I still feel that. Okay? I still believe that. And we know, I believe the mother is helping to cover up this crime. Okay? Yes. Okay, so let's go on. On or about September 9th at approximately 3:32, Kenneka Jenkins was seen on camera entering the kitchen through the employee door from the downstairs hallway of the Crown Plaza. Well, we know that's also not true. Okay? Number one of the ways to get up to that upstairs freezer, you have to go up those steep stairways. And for someone to have been as incoherent as Kenneka, there's no way you could go up those steep stairs. That's number one, if you want to believe that she actually walked in there. Number two, I showed that there were people who lured this person into the freezer area. I don't believe that was Kenneka. I believe that was another girl who didn't make it out of the hotel that night. I believe that another girl died in the hotel that night. Okay? And I believe that is that girl. But they want us to believe that is Kenneka. Okay? Between approximately 2:30, and in no way in the world somebody gonna wander around the hotel in her condition for a freaking hour and nobody sees her. Okay? And okay, so let me see, what are you gonna say? Well, she said that that's Kenneka walking in the hallway. We know that's not Kenneka. We know that's not Kenneka walking in that lower bathroom level. So by her saying that is her, that's a cover-up. Okay? Because I believe she knows that's not her. Okay? So that's my thing. Now, you can argue, you know, how do you know what she knows? Everything. But I'm also basing it on her behavior since that news interview when she was standing on the porch. And everything else. And she's claimed she wants justice, but it was never justice. Okay? So let's go on. So it says she was last seen by her friends at 2:30, and at 3:30 she was last seen on camera entering an abandoned kitchen. She appeared on Crown Plaza surveillance video. We know somebody lured that person into that kitchen and into that freezer, and I don't believe it's Kenneka. So this is a lie. Okay? So this lawsuit is based on lies. Some of it is true, and a lot of it is a lie. Had Crown Plaza defendant staff and employees and agents of defendant checked the surveillance footage sooner, or alternatively, properly and timely reviewed the video footage, they would have seen plaintiff's decedent enter the kitchen and would have been able to locate her, which would have been prevented her death. And again, you know, I don't believe that was Kenneka Jenkins walking into the kitchen. Matter of fact, whoever that was that walked into that kitchen freezer area, they had to climb those steep stairs, and they were drugged. So that even whoever that was lured into there, you know, got up there some kind of way. But I don't, unless they took them up them steep stairs. But I don't see why they would risk that chance of falling and breaking their neck too. Okay, so let's go on. On about September 9th, between 2:30 a.m. when plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins was last seen by her friends, and 3:32 when she was last seen on surveillance footage entering the kitchen, she passed several hotel personnel who failed to prevent Kenneka Jenkins from entering the kitchen. Let me repeat this. They are saying that Kenneka passed several hotel personnel who failed to prevent her from entering the kitchen. Well, that's the first time I heard that. I mean, I heard it today, but did you guys hear that before? Did any of you see that on the surveillance video? Anybody see that before? Hear that before? Okay, so let's go. After last being seen leaving a room on the 9th floor, I'm not gonna read everything word for word. Kenneka Jenkins was visibly disoriented and in dire need of assistance. Defendants, through their employees and employees, should have assisted Kenneka Jenkins, which would have prevented her death. Okay. Now, if she did walk out of there, then that is true. And if they saw her, then that is true. Upon information and belief, defendants maintained several double walk-in freezers within the hotel, but locked and sequestered them from access by the general public. Okay? And I don't have proof, but I certainly believe somebody unlocked that freezer door. I certainly believe that. Okay? Just like I believe this was all planned. We saw that she was actually... Oh, can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me? Put a 1. I believe someone unlocked that freezer door. Yeah, I would like to see that footage too, Susie. Yeah, I would like to see that footage too. But I don't believe this is going to trial. It's too risky. It says, at all times relevant hereto, the kitchen within the hotel contained a double walk-in freezer that was accessible to the general public and all defendants without restriction on access. I believe somebody unlocked that freezer door. And I say that because that was not Kenneka being lured into that freezer. We saw someone luring whoever that person was into that freezer, and I believe they unlocked it for the purpose of what we see going on right now. Okay. It says the double walk-in freezer in the abandoned kitchen had a sticker affixed that was completely faded and failed to instruct how to release the lock system of the door, as if she would be able to read it anyway, whoever that person was. At all times relevant here too, the double walk-in cooler in the abandoned kitchen of Crown Plaza Defenders Hotel was unused and did not contain any food or produce. That's true. But I'm going to tell you guys something too. I saw a video on YouTube where the belief was that Kenneka was initially placed in the lower level freezer and then placed in a garbage bag and taken to the upper level freezer because there was no food upstairs. But it would have been a major problem for her to have been found in the lower level kitchen where the food is actually kept. I have no proof of that, of course, but I am stating that, and you know, I tend to believe that. But let's go on. Upon information and belief, all coolers and freezers within the Crown Plaza Defenders Hotel were supposed to be temperature monitored on a regular basis. On or about September 9th at approximately 12:36, plaintiff's decedent Kenneka Jenkins was reported missing to the Rosemont Public Safety Police. When the family did not receive a response from the Crown Plaza Defenders Hotel staff and employees or agents. She says September 9th at 12:36 p.m. plaintiff's decedent was reported missing to the Rosemont Public Safety. Didn't Teresa call the police around 5 in the morning or something like that and said that okay, so yeah, she did call, but an official missing persons report probably was not filed until just afternoon. Oh yeah, I think she's cremated. I do not think they'll be digging up that casket unless there is a huge public outcry, you know, to get justice for her. There has to be a huge public outcry to put tremendous pressure on law enforcers if Kenneka is to get justice. Whether or not that happens, I don't know. I doubt it. Because the case is getting older and older, and people are actually, you know, the larger public is actually forgotten about Kenneka. They don't even remember her name. They don't even remember a girl in the freezer because so many other things have gone on since then. On or about September 9th at approximately 3:20 p.m., the Rosemont Safety Police commenced an investigation at the hotel. Now, remember I told you guys about that blow-up doll. It looked like a blow-up doll, or it was a stuffed, it was some kind of stuffed dummy to make it look like it was Kenneka. The police were playing around with just after midnight on the 9th. So this commenced an investigation. The police commenced an investigation. We know that's bullshit, but of course they did the surveillance video to make it look like they were looking for Kenneka. But I showed you all the videos of when they had the dummy, okay, and how they disappeared when they had the dummy, or someone to believe is actually Kenneka Jenkins, and I can, you know, I can roll with that. Only thing is that she was not on that gurney. Okay, that's impossible to get evidence from Kenneka when she's been cremated. Teresa knows exactly what happened in law enforcement. Know it was well. Everything that they put out is fake and false. Something not right with Teresa. This girl will always be remembered. Right, you can't get, what I'm saying is, Vanessa, you know, when they had the funeral, that person did not look like Kenneka at all. But Teresa and the rest of them, you know, are saying it's Kenneka. And so that's supposedly Kenneka who is buried. But I don't believe that, because that girl in the casket didn't look like anything like Kenneka. I also believe Kenneka's thymus gland was taken, you know, as I talked to you all about before in a previous video. And I don't think that they would risk putting her in the grave such that if her body was exhumed, that would be revealed, and then that would only introduce more questions that would open a can of worms about organ trafficking. Okay, so let's go on. And it was a news article said they spent 12 hours searching for her. Y'all know that's a pile of crap. On about September 9th at approximately 10:30 p.m., an unidentified employee entered the aforesaid kitchen and failed to discover her. At approximately 10:30, I guess, I don't know, I don't remember who entered at 10:30, because I wasn't looking at the video that late. You guys may remember. It says, on or about September 10th at approximately 12:25, Kenneka Jenkins was found unresponsive inside of the double walk-in freezer of the aforesaid kitchen. I believe that's a lie, because remember, they brought out this flat pancake gurney wanting us to believe Kenneka was on it. So I believe number 34 is a lie. On information and belief, Kenneka Jenkins was caused to die from hypothermia and or freezing to death, which caused immeasurable conscious pain and suffering prior to her death. Okay. Count 1. Negligence. Gross negligence. Premises liability. Crown Plaza defendants. Okay, and it says plaintiff decedent realleges and reasserts all previously enumerated paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. At all pertinent times herein, Crown Plaza defendants owed a duty to provide security and maintain safe premises. At all pertinent times relevant herein, Crown Plaza defendants owe a duty to warn of or otherwise take reasonable steps to protect the general public in business, invitees, guests, and plaintiffs, and Kenneka Jenkins in particular regarding the state of the premises. At all times, defendant owe a duty to warn their agents, etc., of unreasonable risks and dangers on their premises. At all pertinent times herein, Crown Plaza owed a duty to the general public, its business invitees, guests, and Kenneka Jenkins in particular maintain safe premises. So they are not going to let this go to trial, because all of this will get out again, and they want people to definitely forget about this and forget about this fast. And to bring this to trial will just put it in the memories of everyone else again. So I hope this goes to trial, but I'm really doubting it. Gina, the funeral was edited as well. Notice they never show a close-up on the person in the casket. the picture they shown was not at the funeral. That was a fake photo that we were looking at. Okay, okay, I don't know anything about that, Vanessa, so I can't comment on that. Shit, Teresa did not even cry at the funeral then. Okay, you say, oh, ugly Manifa. Okay, so let me go on. At all pertinent times relevant herein, Crown Plaza owed a duty to the general public, its business invitees, guests, and plaintiff, Kenneka Jenkins, to warn of latent defects or dangers such as abandoned kitchens is accessible. Now see, all the things they're saying here is what will make Crown Plaza want to settle this lawsuit fast, because they don't want guests, they don't want anyone to feel unsafe, you know, about staying at the hotel. And the Crown Plaza is a brand, okay, and so they're going to want to settle this, and I'm pretty sure Teresa will get close to $50 million. So here, number 42, they're talking about fail to exercise reasonable care to ensure basically that their security service and food service providers were done in a manner so as to not inflict injury upon others. A duty to exercise reasonable care to ensure that services undertaken by security. So they're saying the security did not protect Kenneka at all times. Owed a duty to the general public, blah, 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 to properly supervise, train, and hire personnel, okay, in all times. So they're saying they failed to do that. They failed to maintain policies and a procedure so as to prevent injury. You guys, this is one of the, we've never seen anything like this before. And you would never believe a mother would allow her child to be set up for a meal ticket, knowing that having a deceased person found in a hotel would bring in millions of dollars to the plaintiff. You know, whoever did this knew what they were doing. They knew that this would get them millions and millions and millions of dollars. Okay? So I'm going to say that it was I don't even want to say smart, but these people know how to get money. Let me put it that way. They know how to get money. If it wasn't for them messing up, doing poor editing of the surveillance videos, we would have also thought that she had just walked there on her own, you know, and it was truly unfortunate. Hi, Rashad. And it said that the Crown Plaza defendants were negligent and are grossly negligent and responsible for, you know, these following things. So they failed to do all these things here, like maintaining the defective and faulty freezer, failure to maintain the latch and entry system, failing to secure an area otherwise inherently. So you see all these things that they're saying they failed to do? That's money. That is money coming out of Crown Plaza's, F&F Realty, CPO, and Murray Brothers pockets. They're going to pay dearly for this one, even though it was a setup. It's like, on one hand, they shot themselves in the foot for covering it up. Crown Plaza shot themselves in the foot for covering up, but they had to, you know, because I'm asserting my belief that one of its security guards raped Kenneka. And they could not afford to let the public know that. You know, a security guard, a person who's supposed to protect the guests, ends up raping one of the guests. Don't you know they damn near closed down? No one would really ever trust staying in a hotel again. The hotel industry would be devastated. And that hotel there would be not only shut down, but demolished. Because no one would ever want to stay there again. So there was too much for them to risk telling the truth. Okay? So instead of telling the truth, they were willing to be sued for millions of dollars. Because at least they would be able to keep their hotel running, be able to protect the hotel industry. And so they found that was the better outcome. But he couldn't do anything once he got wind of Monifa and Shemaiah looking for her. So he gave up, and Kenneka was already separated from the gang. Who is he, Rashad? You say when Monifa and Shemaiah went to grab Kenneka's keys and phone, the security came to the 9th floor and pushed a random button on the elevator. I don't know about all that, Rashad. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but he then tried to run to the floor and find he even was stalking. I mean, you know, a lot of that is, you know, hearsay narratives, but we know people from the party and everything were not being honest. You know, they were not always telling the truth. Okay? So it's very difficult, you know, to believe what the folks say when we know they're not all telling the truth. Hi, favorite. No, because because the hotel industry itself would be affected because of the security guard situation. And I don't think, you know, I don't want to stay there now. You know, and I don't think anyone would want to stay in that particular hotel. But hey, you know, maybe so. But I'm afraid to spend a night in a hotel right now. Matter of fact, I don't even want to, I mean, after seeing all those people partying in that room, sitting their nasty butts, dirty jeans and all that stuff on them beds and smoking, I don't even want to sit on a bed. You know, and it's bad enough they don't wash, you know, the bed covers after every guest leaves. I mean, they wash the sheets, but the bedspread, they don't wash that every time. Okay, so let me get off of that. But let's continue. No, it was not an accident. There was a girl there that was actually drugged and lured through the hallway. There's no accident. Well, I talked about that in my previous video, Vanessa, so watch that video. At all pertinent times, employees and agents had a duty to act when they were put on notice of plaintiff's defendant's disappearance and undertook. That's true. At Crown Plaza, defendants, employees, and agents offended checked their surveillance footage when they undertook the duty to do so. They would have found. So basically, they're repeating what they said, but they're just being more specific about it. Had Crown and employees and agents offended, Capitol Security properly intervened when they observed plaintiff's dissident visibly disoriented, confused, and lost within the premises. They would have prevented her from entering. So they're just basically repeating what they said before, but just being a little bit more detailed about it. Okay. Let's see here. Here's as if they had provided adequate security, they would have intervened quickly, basically, protecting Kenneka. As a direct and proximate result of the negligence. Didn't I tell you guys? It was always about negligence, never about money. Of Crown Plaza, defendant's plaintiff was seriously, painfully, and permanently hurt and injured as her body shut down and she froze to death. That as a direct and proximate result of the above. Now, there was negligence on the part of the hotel. That part is true. But the hotel also covered up a crime. And that's where the major problem lies. Okay? And the other major problem is that Teresa didn't pursue justice, even though she claimed she was. Well, Vanessa, I'm telling you, you didn't watch my previous one because I already answered that question. The one called Let's Get the Money. Let me see. You say you have a lot of family in Chicago, but I bet you one thing, Alice won't come to Chicago. Look, I'm not coming to Chicago. I'm not coming to Chicago. Before this, I'm not coming to Chicago. Whatever relatives there, they're going to have to come visit me. I'm not going into Chicago. Okay, so let's go back. That was a different, direct, and proximate result of the above described actions. Plaintiff's descendant Kenneka Jenkins and her estate suffered damages including but not limited to severe emotional injuries, mental anguish, mortification and humiliation, embarrassment, denial of social pleasures, economic loss including wage loss, medical expenses, exemplary damages, conscious physical pain and suffering, punitive damages, attorney fees, loss of love, reasonable funeral and burial costs, loss of gifts, gratuities, and other all other damages, blah, blah. That woman about to be paid. Do y'all hear me? Paid. But people still don't want to believe, like I believe, that Teresa Martyr played a major role in what happened to Kenneka, which resulted in her death. I've been saying that since I started talking about this, and I still maintain that. Okay? And I've given you all my reasons why. But I know how difficult it is for anybody to believe a mother would be involved in something like that, because in the beginning I would not have ever believed it too, despite her not crying. Because I could not have ever phantomed it in my mind either. But I know better. I know better now. Crown Plaza defendants are vicariously liable under the doctrine of respondent superior for all negligent acts committed by their employees or agents when acting within the course and scope of their employment. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests that this honorable court enter a judgment in favor of plaintiff and against the defendant in excess. It said in excess, okay, of $50 million, exclusive of costs, interest, and attorneys. So they're trying to get as much as they can. I was thinking that they were probably going to get $100 million. I was thinking Teresa was probably going to get $100 million. But we will see how much she gets. But it's going to be at least $50 million. I mean, this is just a shame. You should never. I mean, you can be in a bad situation, but don't make your child your meal ticket. I would like to be rich and wealthy too, but I ain't gonna go out and get somebody murdered just to be rich and wealthy. You see what I'm saying? I know her daughter was in trouble you know, and things like that. But, you know, y'all, I already talked about it, so I ain't going over and over it. But y'all know my position. And again, I'm stating my opinion, and this is for our discussion. Okay? Okay, so let's see here. Let's go on. Negligence and or gross negligence defendant Murray Brothers Caddyshack. So this here is count 2, where negligence and or gross negligence. Here is the Murray Brothers. Let's go back to count 1. Count 1 is against the Crown Plaza. Negligence, gross negligence, premises liability against Crown Plaza. So that's count 1. Count 2 is against the Murray Brothers. Okay, Caddyshack. And then, you know, pretty much are the same thing that they accused Crown Plaza of. But basically here is making sure the kitchen was secure, the freezer, no one could get into the freezer. You know, basically that, as far as Caddyshack is concerned, their duty to the public, making sure the workers there and everybody was properly trained and all that. It's a lot of repetition that was in count 1. Okay, and again, here's the list again, as we saw above. Let's make sure that's the list we saw above. Not that list, but this list here. So their list is similar to this list up here. May not be the exact same thing, but failure to secure areas which should have been closed off. Let's see if the first one is that. Failure to secure areas which it should have been. So a lot of what they stated in the first count is also included in the second account. The second count. Okay. Okay, Rashad, you being removed. You do not disrespect people in this chat. This here's a peaceful chat. Bye bye, Rashad. Okay. Yeah, Alice, I removed him. I don't tolerate mess like that. You don't disrespect people and call people names up in here. I'm not going for that. Okay, so, and then again they go on and say, you know, they basically detail out what they claimed above in count 2. And then again they go over the injuries, severe emotional injuries, mental anguish from, you know, from her being in the freezer and everything like that. And then, wow, so they're asking for in excess of $50 million from them too. So am I seeing they're asking for $50 million or more from Crown, and $50 million or more from Caddyshack, and $50 million or more from Capital Security? Is somebody, I need a lawyer to tell me this, because I'm not sure. So is she asking for a minimum of $150 million? That's what it looks like to me. It looks like she's suing them, suing each separately. They're just contained in the same lawsuit. So yeah, I think if I'm wrong, somebody let me know. But it sounds like she's suing for a minimum of $150 million. No, she finna be wealthy. That's wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, this was a slam dunk. This setup, this crime was a slam dunk for money. You see what I'm saying? This is a slam dunk for money. Okay? Slam dunk for money. This was planned. You know, these people that we are dealing with, okay, they enjoy murdering, they enjoy scheming, they enjoy lying and stealing. It's an emotional game for them. They enjoy messing with people's heads. I'm trying to okay, let me get rid of him. Y'all ignore Rashad. Okay, so yeah, $150 million plus. Well, Alice, I don't know if she'll be happy or not. Listen to my previous video, you'll see why. What do you mean, Tracy, by the big one? Yes, God knows exactly what happened. I mean, you guys, I feel like outdone. I mean, I've just never seen somebody go to this point to get money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know people rob banks. I know people, you know, steal jewelry. You know, jewelry thieves. I know people smuggle drugs and sell drugs. You know, but I've never seen somebody use a hotel by setting a girl up to be found dead so that these entities can be sued for an excess of $150 million. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand where I'm coming from? Do y'all understand how mind-boggling it is? How mind-boggling that a mother will allow her daughter to be set up? Do y'all understand how mind-boggling it is? I guess that's why a lot of people didn't believe it in the beginning, because it's blowing my mind. The thought that this is what has occurred. This is blowing my mind, you guys. Because for me, if it's my child, no amount of money would be more valuable than my child. And for me to know that my child was raped and murdered, you know, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. I would have been faking tears at the least. This is fucked up, y'all. This is so fucked up. I hope y'all understand. Yes, this is so fucked up, you guys. And I gotta stop thinking about it like this, because the more I think about how fucked up it is, it messes with my head. So I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop, y'all. This is too much. I can't, you know, this is too much. So this here's a repeat for they suing the security people. Y'all can go through that. They also suing third party beneficiary for breach of contract, and that was what you saw in Chancery Court, I believe. And what are they asking for? Are they asking for anything? Let's see what they're asking for. Let me see. Let's get down to it. What are they asking for? What are they asking? Y'all, she asking for a minimum of $200 million. $200 million. At minimum. My upper limit was $500 million. That was my upper limit. $200 million. Doctrine of respondeat superior, vicarious liability, and or contractor liability, Crown Plaza defendants. Let's go on down. Oh God. Now, is this against... Damn! in excess of $250 million. Y'all tell me I'm reading this wrong. Not 2 million. I'm talking about, no, there are 5 counts. So is it 50 million total or 250 million? Somebody let me know. Either way, she shouldn't be getting shit, you know, from my perspective, since I believe strongly that she knew her daughter was going to be murdered. So somebody let me know, is this a minimum of 250 million or 50 million? In other words, is she suing each separately for a minimum of 50 million? Yeah, but the bottom with that, Vanessa, is that the hotel wants this to go away quickly. Damn. In excess of $250 million. Now you all know why. Such a simple case that Teresa could have said on September 15th proved that this was a crime and a cover-up, why she didn't say it. Now y'all know, because of all of the evidence readily available to show all of the crime, why no one said anything. Sophia, because Sophia, I am so upset. I am so outdone. I am so outraged. Okay, I'm so outraged to the point where I need to stop talking about it right now, because it is getting to me emotionally, and I'm not the type of person who want to get my emotions involved in shit, in crimes. But this shit is too much. To use a child as a fucking meal ticket? No fucking way. But this has happened, and I've been saying this from the motherfucking very beginning, and no one wanted to listen. Excess of $250 million. Now you know why everything went the way it did. Drop the motherfucking mic. Y'all can read the rest. Okay, I want to thank my moderators for keeping this chat peaceful. Y'all excuse me, I didn't mean to cuss and raise my voice and all that, but this shit got my head fucked up right now. So I need to go. What time is it? Yeah, I need to go do something to relax. But thank you all for all my supporters tuning in and everything. You know, God bless y'all. Oh, you all are welcome. Thank my moderators and everyone. You all please try to enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to do the best to enjoy mine. But, you know, you guys, just God bless you all, okay? Just God bless you. And just love and hug your children. Okay? Yes. Good evening, you guys. Bye.